good luck. You know, I was talking with a buddy of mine the other day, and I was saying how that's indirectly one of the most strangest compliments you could ever get. And here's why. If you're an Olympic athlete, right, and you know how hard you work, your teammates know how hard you work to get you that gold medal and everything else, right, before the Olympics, and then it's the Olympic day, and you're going to do your event. People aren't usually going to say good luck because, again, they see how hard you've been working. They're just going to tell you something else. They're going to be like, hey, destroy that person. Go do it. Do great. Whatever, right? But good luck, if you're relying on luck, you don't have the skill, and that usually comes from someone that doesn't see how hard you're working. And I thought that the other day because right after that conversation, I was telling people that I do comedy. They're all telling me good luck, and I'm thinking, you have no fucking idea how hard I work. It's such a interesting, random, cool but true thing. Like, sorry about dropping the F-bomb. But yeah, it's just such a weird, cool thing, because if you're not, think about it like this: if you took a test and you didn't study, somebody says good luck, you're going to need it, you're going to want it, it's going to feel great. But if you've been busting your ass and somebody says good luck, you're like, I don't need that luck. You know? It's weird because it's not like you're trying to say anything, but me being as analytical as I am, somebody tells me good luck, as far as like comedy goes, knowing how hard I work, I'm going to take that not as like an insult, right? But I'm like going to shrug that compliment off, and I'm going to be like, I don't need that shit. You know, sorry, I did it again. Man, I apologize. I'm trying to be clean, not use bad language. But anyway, yeah, so I was analyzing that phrase, and it was the craziest thing, because after that conversation they had with a buddy of mine, I had like 4 people, it's like the world was listening, all right, on Instagram. They messaged me out, and they're like, hey, I like your comedy, and they all said, good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, you know? So what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna tell people? Take your luck, and you know, you can't get angry at somebody. But yeah, like I said, it's a weird thing. No one ever really thinks about that. But I guess it really comes from the perspective of the one saying it. You know, I actually had a buddy of mine who entered a tournament recently, and that's actually, it was for jiu-jitsu. And that's kind of like how the conversation started, because I didn't want to tell him good luck, because I started analyzing. I was like, what does that phrase really even mean? You know, does it mean you're going to need luck? Does it mean you're going to need chance? Because if so, your skill set isn't going to help you. And if your skill is good enough, you don't need luck. So I was like, I'm not going to say it. And that was how I kind of like determined not saying it. Now, it doesn't really matter how he did. He's amazing. But the point is that anytime, if you really break down what words are and what they mean, and that's actually like the first 10 minutes or so of my new 1 hour that I'm doing right now for comedy, I just break down funny little intricacies of words and all sorts of other stuff. I don't want to give any out of the, out of my, my set, my material. But, yeah, it's a weird little phrase. It's a weird little comment. And, it's also interesting. I like thinking of unorthodox, weird stuff. And I don't even try. I just sort of notice. And I see that, I'm like, what does it even mean? Good luck. So, anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful day. I'm not going to wish you luck. I'm going to wish you victory. How about somebody says out, like, I wish you victory? Man, that sounds so much better. Not like good luck. What does it even mean? Good luck what? Good luck what? Right? Good luck as in, I hope you do well. Why not just say do well? Do great. I'm just saying, you see, I'm doing it again. I'm breaking down something into smaller, granular. That's essentially how I do all my comedy. A lot of it is just breaking down stuff into a smaller form and then analyzing it and then poking the fun out of it. So, All right, guys. Well, you have a most beautiful day. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you greatness. That's what I wish you, greatness. I don't wish you luck. All right? I wish you an ending result of victory in your life. This is Benja Well Done. I'm out. Peace.